Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Commanders Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Here's the first carry for, and right away he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Again, it's Barkley. Gets around him, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one, a first down pickup of 8. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The rookie from LSU leading this offense well. A good throw there leads to a first down. Daniels now on 1st and 10. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now their versatile running back. Here's Austin Eckler. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. Eckler now between the tackles. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Running on first down, Eckler. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Up the middle with Eckler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Daniels. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flush to his right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Barkley inside handoff. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A 1st down carry for Barkley. A little juke. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. It's a pickup of 6.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this 1st quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. To the air goes Daniels. That's to the longtime Eagle, great Zach Ertz. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Stuck for the loss by Devin White.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Daniels looking to throw. He's got room at the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Daniels. He'll get this. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. That was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Draw play, it's Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping him for a loss.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. It's Eckler again, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th. down.
And this one is right through. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got a 1st and 10 at their own 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with the option. Dances by him, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. From the gun, it's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Hurts. Dancing to his left. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down, Eckler. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Looking to throw. Daniels. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. A handoff, it's Eckler. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Daniels finding Ertz again. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19
Operating from the gun. Daniels. Quits. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
2nd and 5. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, look at the juke. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 93 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. That is caught. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Hurts. Now, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
The Commanders' offense returning to the field. Right now, they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Off the play fake, Daniels. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Devonta. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you can use your body to create some space.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw here. Forced out to his left. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Barkley. A nice little juke. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Flushed out right.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the first down.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Up the middle with Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd down. Here's Hurts.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Devonta Smith
with an acrobatic catch.
And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you... you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead now up to 14.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Daniels. This is swung out to Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A huge play there for Washington. 49 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. On the screen, this is Eckler. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference.
A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Paris Campbell now to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Back to throw.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the first down. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
And if you're keeping an eye on the box score, that last run puts him over the 100-yard mark for the game. And this defense has just had all sorts of trouble trying to keep him under wraps, both passing and running.
Hurts going to keep it again.
Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's a give to Barkley. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. A handoff to Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Second down, here's Barkley again. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 134 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. On the option left, it's Hurts. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. A give running right is Gainwell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Touchdown! Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Washington offense heading out. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Eckler now between the tackles. Oh, he sheds himself free. Still going. He may go. Austin Eckler. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead will be cut down to 14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a toss right to Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. But now he appears to be in some pain. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touch. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Inside the 20. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Man, that's a 3rd fumble for him now in this ball game. And you know the old saying, CD, once is a fluke, twice a coincidence, 3 times becoming a pattern.
3 times is a problem in this case because we've seen field goal kickers have days like this, quarterbacks occasionally. But how rare is it for us to see a running back lose it 3 times trying to carry it?
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
2nd and 6 from the 10. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. They'll set up a throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard If these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing now is Daniels. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. Here's Daniels. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They run behind center with Gainwell. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. Hurts sets up to throw it. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty... sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. the Washington offense set to take over.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He'll get this to Eckler. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Daniels looking to throw. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now this one complete on the slant route. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Second down, Daniels.
Man open, here is Crowder. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Davis Price up the middle. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Davis Price will try to pick it up. So he fought off off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Ty Davis-Price, 59 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. To the air goes Daniels. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Daniels now on 1st and 10. Complete, it's Dodson. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Crowder's got it over the middle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Brian Robinson Jr. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to at least get one score back. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So that drive in total 8 plays. And Brian Robinson finished things off with a touchdown grab. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
First down, and they go right back to Davis Price.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Another touch for Davis Price.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Going for it, here's Davis Price.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Davis Price on 1st and 10.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Give to Davis Price up the middle here.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
On the handoff, Davis Price. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
10 more there and another first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Davis Price.
Evades him at the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Davis Price.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Davis Price is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A first down throw for Daniels. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off.